I think we should probably get started, because I've been waiting all day to get into these. So if you'll give me a moment here, sorry about that. I'm going to put a quick cut in here while I get the camera positioned. Be right back. Okay, and we're back. So, step one is to break all these little boxes out of the shrink wrap. So we'll just use our scissors to get this baby open. Alright. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these off to the side. Move my mouse here. Put these boxes off to the side, and then one by one we'll kind of pull them in frame and unbox them here. So, if you'll remember from the last time, I wasn't especially impressed with the variety that you got in the bricks. And I'm not sure this... You probably heard nothing but crankle, crankle, crankle there. But anyway, as I was saying, you probably won't... I probably won't get a whole lot more variety in this. I was going to try and get one of the cases, which guarantees that you get all the figures. But that's just not... it's just not financially doable for me. So, what is this? What is... There appears to be a stain on my shirt. Oh, sorry about that. Yep, there's a couple stains on my shirt. That's nice. That makes me look really clean. Anyway, enough about my shirt. Let's open our first box, huh? Gotta get those scissors in there. Okay. Some might just tear the tape off. However, my ancestors didn't make rocks into sharp rocks just for me to use my fingers to get boxes open. They did that for me, guys. They did that for me. Alright, so what do we got here? Let's see. Let's get all of this stuff out first. Put it aside for the moment. And check out our big figure, which appears to be... Once I get him out of the case here, I'll show you. That's what I thought that was. Put it over there for now. We'll box up all the trash at the end. Appears to be a centaur. A half man, half horse. Probably a pretty common concept. Even if you are not particularly familiar with D&D monsters, you probably know what a centaur is. This is a centaur. He's a good dude. Alright, so we'll put him... I don't know if I'll be able to keep all of them in frame here, so I'll just kind of shuffle people off when I need to. This looks to be some manner of dwarf. This is a dwarf rogue. This is Larethar Gulgren. He is not a rogue. He's some sort of... like a ranger dwarf looking man? I don't know. You be the judge. You can see he's got his sword, his dagger, and then on his back here he's actually got a crossbow. So, maybe a fighter of some kind? Anyway, interesting little NPC style token there. I like the bubbles when they pop. It's fun. You should like the bubbles too. This looks to be another NPC type character. Let's see. Some kind of halfling, I think. Bryn Lightfingers. This is Bryn Lightfingers. She has a short sword by the looks of it, although if it's a halfling, that could be a long sword for a halfling for all we know. Looks like she's got like leather armor on, and you can see on the back here she has a bow. So I'm thinking that's a halfling ranger. Interesting. I approve of this. Okay. And then finally, we have a... Oh, okay. I'll show you what I'm laughing at in a minute. Oh, how are we going to get you out of here? Oh, you just came right out. Never mind. Yeah, that's what I thought you would be. So, This is a zombie. I'm sure you can probably tell the lighting may not be the best. Hang on. Alright. Now I have a very bright light pointed directly at all the tokens, so you can probably see them quite clearly. Or not. They still have a dark side of the moon thing going on. I don't have the best lighting situation. I'm basically using a lamp on my desk, so bear with me. I don't know if it would look any better with the light off. No, it definitely does not look better with the light off. Okay, so I guess we're using the light. I think it looked better before, though, so let me just point this back where I had it. Okay, so like a zombie man. You might notice he's missing an arm. Oh, wait, no, he's not. It's right there. I like that touch. It's cool. I like the fact that he doesn't have an arm because he's a zombie. Zombies fall apart. Ah, gee, you're tickling my foot. Stop. Okay, box 1 of 8 complete. So far we have a centaur, 2 NPCs, and a zombie. Now, it was listed as a Strahd zombie, but I don't know what the heck makes it different from a normal zombie. So we're just gonna call it a normal zombie. I'm sure he won't mind. Box number 2. Oh, and before I forget, this is the stuff on the side of the box here. Collect all 45 figures from our exciting new line of D&D miniatures. Icons of the Realms, Monster Menagerie. You can see a Displacer Beast, Esmeralda de Avenir, which looks to be some kind of female pirate or gypsy or something. Bryn Lightfingers, we just picked her up right there. We just got her. There's a Bulette or a Bule, however you want to pronounce it. We have the other side here with a young Remoraz, a man named Hamet Shaw, a Dryad, and a Lich. So those are some of the things we might potentially get. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what RNG has in store for us, huh? If you're familiar with my gaming videos, you know RNG does not usually like me very much. Did I get all the tape? Yeah, I did. Okay. I'm sure you don't want to see my scissors. There we go. Okay. Alright. We'll pull out the smaller ones so we can get to the big guy first. The large token in this set is a Yeti. An abominable snowman, if you will. And apparently he wants you to come at him, bro. Judging from the hand posture here. Ah! Or something like that. His mouth is quite wide open. So we got him. What else we got here? What are you? You look like a mummy. You're a mummy. You're a mummy? You are, in fact, a mummy. There's a mummy. Rather appropriate on the day after Mother's Day, don't you think? It's not focusing. Guys, why isn't it focusing? Do I need to be back further? Focus. 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 No. My webcam is really bad, I guess. Okay. Take my word for it. It's a mummy. His mouth is open. Her mouth is open. Whatever. It's really cool. Okay, I think this is the dude from the side of the box, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, this is Hamet Shaw, who is a wizard of some sort with dark circles around his eyes. You probably can't see because it doesn't really want to focus. So, yeah. Anyway, he has dark circles around his eyes. And he kind of looks like a wizard or something. So, another NPC there. This has wings. Ooh, I think I know what this is. Cool. Cool. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. For a minute, I thought that was a twist tie, and I was like, why does it have a twist tie? I am confused. I am no longer confused. I have figured it out. Okay. We must solve the mystery of the peg. I said we must solve the mystery of the peg. Where does the hole adjust? I think it goes in like this. Unfortunately, oh my god. Unfortunately, the plastic looked like it had an imperfection on the side of it, so it's even more difficult than it normally is to get it to go where it needs to go. But as soon as I get this assembled, I will show you what it is. This is one of the Arrhenius, or Arrhenias. It's all Greek. I mean, ask a Greek how to pronounce it. I don't know. She's a winged, like, fallen angel demon lady with a magic whip that does something I can't remember. What does the Arrhenia's whip do again? Dang it. I think it's not like the whip that Wonder Woman has, because they were not that blatant about it. I think it, like, burns people when it touches them or something. It's like a torture whip. I don't know. Maybe it does work like the Wonder Woman thing, as ridiculous as that sounds. It's possible. I don't have my monster manual handy, or I would look it up for you. Okay, so that's 2 of 8. That box, we got an Arrhenius, we got Hamet Shah, we got a Mummy, and we got a Yeti. Next box, 3 of 8. Okay. There we go. Hang on a second. Okay. Thought audio was coming through on my webcam for a minute, and I don't want that to happen, so I had to check it over. Okay. Ooh. Cool. 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 Oh! Sweet. Sweet. Okay. The first thing in this box... This is not an ice cube, if you're wondering. This is... If I can get the bottom off, because it's supposed to come off. How does this work? Anyway, it's a gelatinous cube if you haven't figured it out. And this guy is cool because it's got this outer side, and then it's got this. Because, if you'll allow me to... What's somebody that would fit easily? Okay. If you'll allow me to take Hamet Shah here... and get it to fit back in where it was. Maybe. Okay. How did it... Is there like a... Okay, there's like 2 indentations on the sides. I think that's probably the trick here. Alright. Sorry about this. Technical difficulties. Just trying to show you the coolness of this little interactive figure here. Come on. Come on. Now, I got it out of there, so somehow you should be able to get it back in. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. Oh, no, I did it. But he's fallen over now. So, you might not be able to see it, but there is a figure trapped in there now. Because this is a gelatinous cube. And you run into it, and it does bad things to you. It's basically a giant ooze, so if you're trapped inside of it, like poor Hamid Shah was here, you slowly melt to death. Okay. So that's cool. It's a real neat figure here. Now if I could just get it back in the damn... There. I'm trying very carefully not to break it, because that would be bad. And I shouldn't even need to tell you that would be bad, because I'm sure you would think the same. Alright. What's this? Looks like another NPC. Elvish. Elydia Maythelin. This is Elydia Maythelin, everybody. I know you can't see very well, but she definitely looks like a elf ranger because she's got a bow and her armor looks pretty heavy. So I'd say she's definitely an elf ranger. So we got another NPC. We got some little dude in a bag, which I think is it's definitely a dragon of some sort, I think. Ooh, and it just broke off of its plastic. Wonderful! Well, I guess I'll be seeing if I can glue that to something. It was in fact a fairy dragon. I'll show you the dragon itself. This is what the dragon looks like. It's supposed to have a plastic stand, but it just broke off of it. That's awesome. Really hate it when stuff like that happens. Alright. Now this guy is pretty obvious, I'm sure. He is a skeleton with a skele sword and skele armor. So, another to join the general armies of the undead legions with the zombie that I have just acquired. So that's pretty cool. I like the gelatinous cube and the interactive nature of it. That's cool. I like it. Okay, we are on our 4th box. So after this box, we will be halfway through. Let's get the scissors in there. Yep. Let's get them in there again. Must be careful not to injure myself. They kind of caught and then went through really fast. Nope, I don't want to tear the box. Not that it matters. I'm just going to recycle all of these. I would prefer my box to be intact, if that's okay. What is... Ooh. Okay. First, we'll pull all the smaller ones out. And then we'll get out our lovely so I think I see how that fits on there. Some assembly required on this one, so if you'll give me a moment. Okay, that goes in there. And this appears to go in there. Yes? No? How does it work? Like that? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. We have a swarm of bats. Big nasty conglomeration of them. Kind of cool. Got a swarm to work with now. So there's something interesting. What's this? Ooh. This is a werewolf. Looked a little like a werebear when I first saw it, but I think werebears are larger, so. Werewolf. Werewolf, their wolf. Thank you very much, Young Frankenstein, for allowing me to steal that joke. What is this? Oh, okay. This is a specter. You might be able to see that there's like a person in that purple glob of cotton candy. Yeah, this is a ghost man. A spooky ghost. So we got a ghost man. Spooky ghost man. We got oh, I think that's an imp. Are you an imp? You are in fact an imp. We have an imp. Flying around, doing impy things. So there's an imp. Cool. Okay. So, that box. We got a swarm of bats, a specter, a werewolf, and an imp. And we are now halfway through. The tape must always be fighting a battle against the tape. I hate tape. I hate tape. I just want you guys all to know I hate tape. It's like they tape these boxes so much. You would think that something horrible is kept inside of them because they don't want it getting out. And they sure as hell don't want you getting in from the looks of things. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. A signature monster of the D&D bestiary, if you will. We have here a bullet, or a bule, or whatever you want to call it. Also known as a land shark, colloquially speaking, because it kind of looks like a shark, and it burrows through the earth. That is why it is a bule. So we'll put Mr. Bule down. Bullet, bule. It's really up to you. I don't care one way or the other how you pronounce it. This is actually something I might be able to use soon. It is a will-o-wisp. A spooky swamp light that throws electricity at people. It's very small, but it is very deadly. These things do a lot of damage in 5th edition. So, it's going to be fun to play around with that. And we appear to have our first repeat here. We have another imp. So imp number 2. And now that I'm looking at them on the table, that imp is slightly darker than the other imp. So they're not exactly the same. But they're the same mold. It just colored. The color must have come out differently somehow. Okay, this right here is a Githyanki warrior. So if you happen to use the Githyanki, I don't really, but I could think of some other uses maybe I could have for this guy. But yeah, Githyanki warrior. They're like, if you're not familiar with what the Githyanki are, they're like these psychic, mystic aliens that were initially enslaved by the Mind Flayers, which are like the tentacle face men. And sometime in the past, they freed themselves, but when they freed themselves, they kind of turned on each other because of some of them wanted to conquer the world or something like that, and the others didn't. They just wanted to live in peace, in asceticism or something like that, because the others are very monkey. They're the Githyanki and the Githzerai. The Githzerai are very monk-oriented. So, oh, sweet. So So yeah, that's what the Githyanki are. And in that last box, just to recap, we had one repeat, which was the Imp. We had the Bewlet, the Will-O-Wisp, and the Githyanki Warrior. On to our next box, we have our first twist tie that I have to undo, so hold on. Come on. Come free from your home. Yes. You have escaped. Go. Go. Go out. There we go. Okay. So, triangle port. We got another one of these things I have to put together real quick, so bear with me. I don't know if that's how that goes. Hang on. That looks good. It looks pretty good. Yeah, okay. I think he's good. This right here is a manticore. It's kind of like a flying lion, scorpion-y type thing with a human face. So, mythological origin. I don't know if it actually had a human face in mythology, but I know it was the thing that Bellerophon had to kill in Greek myth, so he killed it. Or no, was that the Chimera? That might have been the Chimera. I might have them confused. But I know it was a major figure from Greek myth. Okay, this is a ghost. Ghost. Ooh. 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 Ghost. Spooky ghost. But not like that other spooky ghost. This one is spookier. It's a spookier ghost. This is definitely an orc. And that's what it says. So this is another orc, a more well-armored orc than the one in the other set that I have. I have a few of those, so I guess you could use this guy as like a captain. It just says orc on the bottom, so he's really just an orc, but he looks tougher than the other orcs, although not necessarily bigger. He actually looks a little smaller, so I don't know. But he's another orc, so you can use him as an orc. This appears to be a dwarvish female, which is interesting. NPC. Yarhild Stoneforge. You can see she looks a little butch, but yeah, she's definitely a female dwarf. Female dwarf NPC. Those are kind of hard to find. So if I ever need one of those, that's convenient that I have that. Oh, lost the twist tie. So that box, which was number 6, just so you know, had an orc, a ghost, and a dwarf. We've actually been pretty lucky with not getting repeats so far, so I'm kind of interested to see what we're going to get in this last box. What in these last 2 boxes here? Because we got this last one we got the Manticore, the Ghost, the Orc, and the Dwarf Lady. So yeah. What's in this box? That's a large duplicate. At least one of those is a dupe. That does not look like a dupe. So it looks like we got 2 dupes in this box. First is the large figure, which is another Bewlet. You can probably see my figures starting to creep into sight here of all the ones that are arrayed on my table. Your new. Oh, I think I know who that is. Cool. Or no, it's not who I think it is, but it is a variety of the thing that I was thinking. The other dupe we have is another Will-O-Wisp. Ooh. So we got another one of those. And then we have a vampire. He's kind of nobly dressed. You can't really tell very well, but he's like thrusting his face out at you like, rah, I'm scary. So we got a vampire. And we have... What are you? Oh. Oh, wow. Ooh, cool. And we have a Death Knight. He's got a shield. He's got like a skull face. Big nasty sword, flowing cape. This guy is awesome. I could see you easily using this guy as like a skeletal captain. Like if you had a bunch of skeletons and you needed a leader for them, you could definitely use this guy. Or you could just actually use him as a Death Knight if your campaign happens to be that far along. Mine is not at the moment, but if yours is, more power to you. So that was box 7 of 8. And in that box, we got a Death Knight, we got another Beulah, we got a Vampire, and we got a Will-O-Wisp. So 2 really cool things and 2 dupes. Okay, we are on our last box. Let's hope it's something good. Come on. Okay. Last box. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Oh, it's something different. For the large token, at least. That's good. Different. Different. And different. Good. They're all different. The first one... Ooh... Spooky. Gotta push these stupid buttons in on the side. It's kind of annoying. The first is a big, nasty spider. This particular variety of spider is known as a phase spider because it likes to phase in and out of our dimension. So it's extra creepy. Rah, spooky, 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 spooky. Spooky, 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 spooky. Okay, that's enough. Whoops. He bumped my Githyanki warrior. This is... Okay. This is a mimic. The ever-popular and ever-despised chest monster. One moment you think you're going to get wonderful treasures, and the next you're being eaten by a mimic. Awful. At least for the adventures. It's fun for the DM, which is why they're used so much. We have... Well, okay. We appear to have gotten an invisible version of a fairy dragon, so it's all clear and stuff. So I guess that's supposed to make up for the broken fairy dragon? Not really. I don't like the invisible tokens very much because I don't think they're very useful. Because if it's invisible as a DM, I'm just not putting it out there. And I'm keeping track of where it is in my head. And finally, I was hoping we would get one of these. We have a Dryad. A Lady of Nature. You might have just seen my cat moving in the background. Disregard. You can probably hear her too, because her bell. So we got a Dryad. Alright. So that last box contained a phase spider, a mimic, an invisible fairy dragon, and a Dryad. So you know what? I'm actually considerably happier with this brick than I am with the Rage of Demons brick. Reason being, if you go through what we've got here, you've really only got 1, 2, 3 duplicates. Like, that's not a lot. Here, let me push everything kind of into view here if I can. This is going to be really hard because I've got to get it all right next to me. Yeah. So yeah, you can probably see all of my figures here, for the most part. I'm trying to get everything in frame that I can. And we really only got 2 dupes. We got these 2 right here, the Will-O-Wisps. We got 2 Imps. So, these 2 guys here. And we got 2 Bulettes. 2 Bules. Bule versus Bule. Bule Mania this Sunday. So yeah, that's what we got. I'm actually pretty happy with that. That's a good haul there. I like all the figures we got. In terms of favorites, I would definitely have to say, oops, he fell. I definitely have to say the Death Knight is probably my favorite of the sculpts because he just looks so tough. Like I just watched the first 3 episodes of season 6 of Game of Thrones. This guy reminds me of Sir Robert Strong, if you're familiar with him from the series, because his whole body is just solid. He looks like he doesn't look any more massive than, say, Hamid Shah here, if you'll look at them compared for height. But his whole body looks so solid. If you look at his limbs and stuff, he just looks so tough. I love it. Other favorite sculpts, I'd have to say the Bule here is really cool. They've got the armor has a real nice sheen to it. I like the face. It looks very much like a shark. And it's, it's in an action pose. It's like erupting out of the ground. It's really sweet. Let's see. Werewolf sculpt I'm not too big on. I'll do one more favorite here. Or I'll do 2 more favorites. How about that? I really like the Manticore. Now, you can't see too well the detail in the face, but his face looks really sinister and creepy. Because he's got these, his eyes have, like, yellow pupils. And then, like, the sclera are black and the irises are black. Or not the irises. The pupils are black, and the irises are like this yellow color. And he has his mouth open, and he's got just like rows of teeth inside. He just looks crazy. He looks insane, man. I love it. And then as far as the NPCs go, I think my favorite NPC sculpt of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I got, I would have to probably go with the Elf Ranger here, because I really like the pose that she's in. I like the colors going on with the blue, and she's kind of got this gold quiver on her back, and her armor is like silver and stuff. She's got the brown hair. I really like her. So I think that's my favorite of the NPC sculpts. But, yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff here. Now, this is probably, of all the sets, this is probably one... I'm going to move the camera back up here to face me. So this is probably one of the sets that you would most actually want to get dupes, because they have a lot of just general monsters in here. Now, I know I got a fair amount of NPCs, but, you've got the skeletons. You can always use skeletons. You can always use zombies. Orcs... But they had orcs before, so that's not a new thing. By the way, she's not over here. She's over... Can't see it. There we go. This right here. This is my Munchkin cat. Her name is Annie. That's what we call her most times. Her actual name is Anaster, but that name is based on a god from my own campaign setting, because we wanted a name with an A and we couldn't find one that we liked. So eventually my wife was just like, why don't we name her an Aster? And I was like, I'm not going to say no. It's the character I came up with. So I feel like I would have been very rude if I'd said no. So she's an Aster, and I'm batting her with my finger. Hi, Annie. Hi, Annie. Boop. Oh no, Annie. Annie, no. Oh, nope, didn't work. Anyway. So yeah, this is one of the sets you would probably want a fair amount of dupes because of the skeletons, the zombies, orcs, other things like... I'm looking through all of them here. Werewolves, you could probably use multiple werewolves easily. Bat swarms, things like that. There's a lot of things you could probably use multiples of here. So this is a set you would probably benefit from having dupes in more than any of the others, because I feel like this one has the most in just the general, like, fill-in-the-blanks type monsters from the Monster Manual, which is why it's just called the Monster Menagerie instead of being called after one of the sets, like the first three were. You know, the first three we had... Tyranny of Dragons was the first set. I think they were all just named after the adventuring paths they were taken from. So you had Tyranny of Dragons from the first set, which had a lot of dragons, of course. You had Elemental Evil, which gave you your elemental stuff. You had Rage of Demons, which gave you a fair amount of demon-type stuff. And then you have this set, which is a fair amount of undead because of the Curse of Strahd stuff. But there's a lot of variety, too. Like, you got the Manticore, you got the Bule, just the Yeti, the Centaur, Mimic... Death Knight, although that's undead, but you have just the Dryad too. You have just a lot of variety, and I like that. I like that they have a lot of variety in this set. Oh, and of course, we have everyone's favorite ice cube looking thing, the gelatinous cube token. If I was tired one day, I might drop this in my drink. Anyway. That has been an unboxing of the Monster Menagerie booster brick from the Dungeons & Dragons WizKids produced Icons of the Realms miniature set. This is the fourth set of the ones that they've come out with so far to go with the 5th edition D&D product. I'd say this is pretty good. The sculpts all look pretty good. We do have the one problem with the this. So if you're watching, WizKids, maybe can we fix this? Can we fix this? I'd love to fix this. Be real good. I'm gonna try gluing it myself, I guess, but I don't know. I have had one other break from the sets of minis that they've done so far. I had like a Banshee break off of its stand, but you know, I guess overall that's not a big thing, but the goal, of course, is nothing breaks. So, just the only real problem I've had with the sculpts. All the detail is pretty good, so I'm happy with them. I think they were. I feel more satisfied by this purchase than I was by the Rage of Demons set, because the Rage of Demons set I just got so many dupes, It was really irritating. And then I got another booster brick from Rage of Demons later, thinking I could fill out the rest of the set. No. I'm still missing 10 things from the Rage of Demons set, so I'm thinking at this point the best way to get those is just going to be to go on a miniatures, go to some place that sells miniatures like Miniature Market, eBay, something like that. If I do eventually want to fill out the sets, that is, and purchase the stuff that I don't have yet, because getting them through the booster boxes, it's fun, and that's the real reason I do this, is because it's fun to open these boxes and be like, ooh, I'm gonna get little action figures, little toys. It's toys is what it is. That's the fascinating part. That's the part that gets us interested in this. I don't want to speak for you guys out there, but that's the thing I've always liked about miniatures like this, is you're getting, you know, it satisfies that toy urge I had from when I was a kid. And it was especially strong for me because I have massive, and I mean massive, sets of like Micro Machines, Like, particularly Star Wars and military type stuff. I have massive collections of that. So this kind of allows me to get back to that in my older age here. Not really old, I guess, but I'm certainly not a kid anymore. And this kind of allows me to get back into that and still have it not be, creepy or weird. And really, I look at toys nowadays, they do not make toys like they used to, man. I've gone to, I'll admit it, I've gone to the toy store sections a few times looking to see if they have, like, the die-cast airplane models that I would always like to find. Not models, but basically kind of like, it's hard to describe. You know how, like, you have die-cast, like, cars, like Matchbox cars? Well, they have airplane versions of those. And there were companies I really liked that did stuff like that. Stuff like the Corgi airplanes. I loved those. But they don't make those anymore, and I would go to the toy stores. I would go to the toy sections once in a while, and if I'm in, like, a store like a Kmart or a Walmart or something, I'll go over there, see if they still have that stuff. They don't. They don't have it at all, and it's really disappointing. Because I remember getting that stuff even when I was, a young adult. I was still getting that stuff because it was really well made. They were really good display pieces, and I liked it. I still have some of those that I keep around as display pieces, and I would like to get more if they ever had them. But, yeah, Corgi, they don't really make anything like that anymore. I think another company took it up at one point, but they don't really do it anymore either, so I don't know, man. At least I have these wonderful plastic doodads to satisfy my need to play with toys and have them fight each other, like See, I'm a child. That's what I'm saying. I'm a child, and I love to play with children's toys. And there's my dog's head. Hi, Apollo. Welcome to the internet. Anyway, I think I've rambled on for long enough. You guys have seen the unboxing. You've seen I'll just go ahead and point you down here one more time to get a good look at him. If I can just make my camera obey my will. That's the best you're gonna do, camera? Okay. I guess the camera does not want to look at my toys. Oh wait. No, maybe. Here. There, I will just hold the camera because this is really professional. So yeah, this is our haul, guys. Check it out. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I'm making the camera nod because that's supposed to be you. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. I'm sorry this didn't come out right around the time this miniature set came out. It was a monetary thing. I could not afford to buy one. I really wanted to, but if you watch my other Let's Play videos, you probably are aware of the fact that I'm going through some stuff right now. I don't really want to go into it, but there's a lot of stuff going on that makes it hard to afford stuff, hard to have time to do stuff too. So that's the situation. I hope this is still good, still something you'd want to watch, even though it's probably, I think these have been out since sometime in April, so I think this is probably about a month late, unfortunately, in terms of getting it out when the tokens are out. So most people who've wanted these have probably gotten them by now, but maybe you haven't. Maybe you just wanted to see somebody open up boxes. So that's what I'm here for. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it and you're not subscribed to the channel and you like stuff like this, which I don't do quite as often as I would like to, and you like gaming type videos like Darkest Dungeon, I have a playthrough of that, XCOM 2, games like that, those are the games that I'm playing right now on my channel. So if you like those games, want to see somebody do playthroughs of them, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And you can follow those series as well as anything like this that I come out with in the near future or something like that. If you are subscribed to the channel and you enjoyed this video, please like and or share it. Anything you do like that to show your support for what I'm doing encourages me to keep on doing it and keep on pushing forward with this activity that I engage in called making videos on the internet. That being said, I'm going to call it here. I will see you guys in whatever the next video happens to be. I hope you enjoyed this again, and I will see you next time. Bye.